Forget the male loneliness epidemic. There is a different epidemic that is affecting men in their 30s. I have seen an uptick in married men in their 30s who have been with their wives for 7 to 10 years, who entered into that marriage on the same page in terms of timeline for children. A lot of these couples froze embryos together. And then when the agreed upon timeline comes up, either, oh, this is the time when we are going to start trying for kids, or this is the age where we are actually going to implant these embryos. These men, these married men who have said that they wanted the same things as their wives, say either, one, I actually don't want kids, or two, I don't want kids with you. And now their wives or ex-wives, who are also in their mid to late 30s, find themselves in a position where they may not be able to have kids like they always dreamed of. I have heard the same story, like mine, so many times. So why is this happening, and why is it happening more often? I think it happens for two reasons. The first is that divorce is seen as not a big deal. 53% of marriages end in divorce. Everyone knows someone who's been divorced. People have grown up with divorce in their families. So I think that marriage no longer feels like the commitment it once did. Now that commitment is children. So I think a lot of guys are like, I want to get out of this situation before that big commitment, aka kids. Two, I think it's just impossible for men to fully understand the ticking clock that women have biologically. I remember when I was freezing embryos with my husband, I actually said to him, this is a bigger commitment to me than us getting married, because I am tying my fertility to you. And I think that as much as a man can say, yeah, I totally understand that, they just don't, because that's not their reality. They can have kids until they're 90 years old. And
I don't think it's an epidemic as we understand what epidemic actually means, but this is the series of things happening. I think it's not as widespread as she's making it out to be, but we have to understand some really factual things. One, understand when we talk about things from our personal point of view, we lose sight of what it means to the other person. We lose their reference point. So him saying, a man saying, "I don't want to have a baby with you," means that throughout the time that you guys had planned to do this thing, and now when it's time to actually probably make this thing happen, he's being real and honest with you and saying, there are things I saw here, or things that I did not like, or things that just never were addressed, and saying, yeah, this is not going to be a thing for me. It's not going to be a thing that I want to do. I don't want to tie myself to you eternally.